He just completely quit the weed and completely got off Instagram, got off Snapchat, got off X. Now he's not thinking about that kind of stuff at all, and I think he's a lot more at peace.
Yeah, I was wrong, kid. I picked Sean O'Malley to win. He didn't win. UFC 316 took place. Look, I'm going to get clowned on for picking Sean O'Malley, but I only got 2 picks wrong on this card. Sean O'Malley and Patchy Mix. Now, we're going to talk about Patchy Mix. That pick just spilled water everywhere. That pick was not my fault, okay? Okay, Patchy Mix absolutely crapped the bed. Now, Sean O'Malley, I may or may not have underestimated Merab's skills, but let's just get into the full card because I only got 2 picks wrong. This is the best I've ever won on picks, like ever. I want to say 12-2, or yeah, I believe 11-2, 11-2, I think. So I went pretty good on picks. It was one of my most successful live streams. Somehow it has 10,000 views. I don't think I was botted or anything. I think it was just people coming in and out constantly, so it accumulated to 12,000 views. So thank you guys so much for watching that live stream. If you haven't watched it, it's still on the channel. Of course, you can go watch it and all that nice stuff. But let's get into this card. Let's stop horsing around. Marco Mederos versus Mark Choinski. Now, this was just one-sided from Marquel Mederos. I have to burp. This was very one-sided from Marco Mederos. Just pure domination. Leg kicks galore, right? Joe Rogan was on commentary. He was twerking. He was going crazy. He loved it, man, right? Like, they were glazing the shit out of this. But it was deserved. It was a good performance from Marco Mederos. I did pick him to win. Just pure domination. Great leg kicks. I thought he could have got the finish. But again, Mark Choinski is very tough, and he kind of stood in there. It kind of reminded me of the Bruno Silva fight a little bit, which we'll get to later, where it's kind of just like you got one guy who's just so much clearly better on the feet. The other guy's just too tough for his own good. But Mederos didn't get the finish, but still a great performance by him. So, Quillan Salkilld, Yanal Ashmouz. Ooh, this was a pretty fun fight. This was very worrying. As a Quillan Salkilld enjoyer, I know you guys are as well. This was a little bit worrying because Yanal Ashmouz, this was kind of a good performance and also it wasn't a bad performance, but it was also like there were some things that I look at like, all right, this will give him problems in the future. The better the competition gets, because Ashmouz was landing pretty clean shots, man. And Salkilld has a chin, we know this, but he was landing very, very clean shots at times. And Ashmouz, he's a little bit almost like a Josh Emmett, right? In terms of it's a bit just like looking for that one shot, just big meaty hooks, big meaty overhands. Not really crazy technique, but he does have power, and that was always going to be a worry even before the fight. A lot of people were saying, Ashmouz, people forget, man, he's pretty solid. So that was always a bit of a worry. But Salkilld, what I liked about him in this performance, other than him getting hit, the grappling. The grappling was a really good sign. He has very good grappling. He's very strong. Pretty good clinch work. He couldn't get the sub or anything, but he was getting the back a couple of times. I like it. I like it from Quillan Salkilld. It was almost a better performance. If he would have just got a first round KO, it's kind of like, it's like the Jubilee fight. It's like it still leaves a lot of questions. But now I can see he goes 3 rounds. He can go 3 rounds, excuse me. He can go 3 rounds. He's got grappling. His cardio is decent, but he did slow down in the third. And so, again, there's still, like, he got hit a couple of times. He slowed down a little bit. He's still young in his career, but still, good performance from Quillan Salkilld. And Yanal Ashmouz, I see Yanal Ashmouz should face Bilal Muhammad next. I think that'd be a good fight. Jeka Saragih versus Joosang. So I picked Jeka Saragih to lose this one. I also picked Quillan Salkilld, obviously, if you guys, I already said that though, I think. Jeka Saragih, I picked him to lose to Joosang, kind of just simply based off the fact that Jeka Saragih lost to Ansho Jabli. And look, there's no shame in losing to Ansho Jabli. I've lost to Ansho Jabli. You guys have all lost to Ansho Jabli. And by losing to Ansho Jabli, I mean getting a scam call. That's what I consider losing to Ansho Jabli. Nonetheless, Jeka Saragih got absolutely fucking deaded in the first round by Joosang. Just a left hook almost on the back foot, step back left hook, Alex Pereira-like. One of the best KOs of the year by far. Flatline KOs Jeka Saragih. Not much to say. Featherweight seems to have a good prospect, a good Asian prospect, Korean falls under Asian, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, a good Asian prospect. So that's pretty cool. Shout out to Joosang, sick KO, one of my favorite KOs of the year. It just came out of nowhere. He literally just, as soon as he touches Jeka Saragih's chin, he goes out. So phenomenal KO. Ariane Silva versus Wang Cong. This fight kind of pissed me off for a lot of different reasons, to be honest with you. First of all, even before, and I want to say I picked Wang Cong, by the way, but before the fight even happened, Ariane Silva misses weight by like 6 pounds, 7 pounds. So she misses weight by like 7 pounds, and the fact that this fight was even still happening is crazy because this is a flyweight fight. So this chick was borderline a bantamweight. She borderline came in a bantamweight. You could tell she was so much bigger. Her body was so much bigger. She was just so much bigger than Wang Cong. It was mainly fat. It wasn't like a Kayla Harrison thing where she's so much more swole. Wang Cong is very strong herself. But Ariane Silva comes in 7 pounds overweight. But to be honest with you, even though I was worried, what if she weight bullies her way around? What if she maybe can be a bit stronger than Wang Cong? The thing is, she was slow and plotty. And I don't know, I guess she always kind of fights like that, but her punches, Ariane Silva her punches look so slow and so just geriatric and so just like she was punching underwater. Constant just slow motion kicks, slow motion punches. And that's because she came in fat as fuck. Honestly, that's why. She didn't come in on weight, and the only thing I'd say it benefited was that it probably helped her chin because Wang Cong was landing some really decent shots, and I think if Ariane Silva had actually cut weight like a normal fighter, she probably would have been dropped a couple of times and probably finished by Wang Cong. But because she had 7 pounds of weight on her, she wasn't dehydrated, she had her chin, so this was kind of just like an unfair fight. It shouldn't really even have happened, and Ariane Silva is shit. So Wang Cong wins. Her low kicks are phenomenal. Her jab is really good. She's a really good striker. There's not much to say here. Her body shots are pretty good. She's good. I think she could get a title shot. I don't know if she could be a champion, sadly, but I could see her getting to a title. I think at this point you should be destroying people like Ariane Silva. But again, this was a weird one where, again, De Silva, 7 pounds overweight. Her chin was definitely like rehydrated. She was just, this shouldn't have happened. This just shouldn't have happened. And, it was a women's fight, but it was a Wang Cong women's fight. So it looked more high level than usual. Shout out to Wang Cong. Khaos Williams, Andreas Gustafsson. This might have been a controversy. So this was seemingly by the odds. Gustafsson was an underdog, which I didn't even really realize when I picked him. He was an underdog. I picked Andreas Gustafsson to win this fight. I thought it was a good pick by me just because of the simple fact that he has good pressure. He's a tough guy. He has a decent chin. And his grappling is pretty good, as you saw in this fight. And Khaos Williams is so reliant on his power. And his cardio is not like super elite either to where it's like, round 1 Khaos Williams and round 3 Khaos Williams is the same thing. No, like he does slow down. He does get a bit. So I just thought Gustafsson would be able to just do what he did, to be able to pressure him and to win this fight, just to outdog him a little bit. But I didn't think he would dominate him this much. I thought this fight would be a lot closer, a lot tougher, a lot grittier, a lot more of a back and forth. No, Khaos Williams got his ass beat for 3 rounds. It was phenomenal. It was like I don't even know. It was like Merab's like older brother. I don't know. It was just, he fought a lot like Merab, but very brutal performance. I loved it. I thought it was a good fight. Khaos Williams looked demoralized, and yeah, his arms were cooked. Like he just couldn't throw anything. No steam behind his shots either. It was a really, really good performance by Gustafsson. I think this is one of my better picks of this entire card because I know a lot of people were probably picking Khaos Williams to KO Gustafsson and blah, blah, blah. But again, I think this was a solid pick, and he showed why. Shout out to Gustafsson. Also, I want to say this, and someone in my chat informed me of this. I'm pretty sure Andreas Gustafsson has like Nazi tattoos. I don't know. He has like the cross on his shoulder, and he has some, I think it's like Nordic, like Swedish tattoos, but I don't know. It looks pretty weird. Plus, he's literally a skinhead. He's shaved bald, so it's not the best look, but it is what it is. Serghei Spivak versus Waldo Cortes Acosta. I guess another underdog for me. I picked Waldo Cortes Acosta to win this fight. I will say this. I thought he got robbed. Or no, I thought he robbed Spivak. Excuse me. I thought he robbed Spivak. I thought Spivak won this fight. I know the stats are going to say that Cortes threw more, but I thought Spivak landed a bit of the cleaner strikes. I thought he won the first round and the third round, to be honest. I thought he won the first and the third. So it was close. Maybe robbery isn't the right word. Maybe I would just say, like, I thought he won it, but, it was still close to where it's like, I'm not going to be raging and shocked by it. I was pretty surprised when they said they gave it to Waldo Cortes when they read the decision, but yeah, I thought Spivak won, but it is what it is. I got the pick right, but it was a typical like fat heavyweight fight, just two guys kind of just swinging with no technique, getting tired in the third and the second. Dude, fuck the third and second. They were tired after the first minute. They were hands on their hips, breathing heavy. So yeah, fat heavyweights. This is the state of the heavyweight division, but it was a decent fight, I guess. It could have been worse. Could have been more grappling heavy, a bit more boring, but it wasn't. Cortes Acosta is pretty good. He's pretty good, I guess. At least for a heavyweight, he is. He's going to be looking at the top 10 now, so let's give him someone good. Azamat Murzakhanov, the cab driver, versus Brendson Ribeiro. Yeah, Murzakhanov did what we all kind of thought he would. I thought this was kind of the lock of the card. This and the next fight. Azamat Murzakhanov did exactly what we kind of thought he would. He just dusted Brendson Ribeiro, right? He doesn't look like he has the power. He doesn't look like he has the speed, but he does. His hands are deceptively fast. He's deceptively, I don't understand. His footwork is good. His timing is great. His KO power is tremendous. Excuse me. I don't know what it is. He just looks like an Uber driver. He does. He looks like hey, can I get an Uber to, Los Santos? I don't fucking know. What is that, GTA? Can I get an Uber to Vespucci Beach? And then he just comes up, hey, where you want to go? Like, he just looks like an Uber driver, a cab driver. I don't know if that's, someone said in my chat when I said that was racist. I don't think that's a racist thing to say. Not because he's Russian. He just looks like an Uber driver. But this Uber driver can fucking crack, and he cracked Brendson Ribeiro. And Brendson Ribeiro, I feel bad for him. He's athletic, he's decent, but when he takes that step up in comp, he can't get it done. The kid can't get it done. So Murzakhanov did what I thought he would. I picked him by first round finish as well. He did it. So another good pick by me. I was on an insane streak, right? We're going to get to the main card. It fucked up my entire streak. Joshua Van versus Bruno Silva. Joshua Van is going to be a future champion. There's not a lot to say here. He's going to win a title. Like, I'm guaranteeing it. Joshua Van is phenomenal. He's phenomenal, bro. His striking is elite. His takedown defense is vastly improved. And he's not just one of these guys that just, not like a Joe Pyfer, who we'll get to as well. He's got a jab. He's got low kicks. He headhunts a little bit too much, but like, he's got good body shots as well. He's phenomenal, bro. He's really, really excellent. He's really, really excellent. He's only, 22, 23? He styled on Bruno Silva pretty much for 3 rounds. The only thing I will say is that Bruno Silva was rallying back in the third, which is not the best look because he was landing really good shots on Joshua Van. Nothing crazy, but he was like kind of cracking Joshua Van in the third. So shout out to Bruno Silva for having the toughness to do that. But still, Joshua Van, he was styling on Bruno Silva, and he finished him in the third, and it was phenomenal. He probably dropped Bruno Silva like 3 or 4 times as well. Incredible shit. I want to see him. Actually, I'm not going to say who because we'll save that for the fights to make after. But if you guys have been watching my vids and my streams, you guys know who I want to see Joshua Van fight next. But it's going to be a top flyweight for sure. And shout out to the people of Myanmar. I had like 3 or 4 people from Myanmar come into my chat and say, let's go Joshua Van. I don't think they spoke a lot of English, but shout out to the people of Myanmar. And shout out to Joshua Van. Main card. Vicente Luque versus Kevin Holland. This was very sad. This was very, very, very sad. It really wasn't that sad, to be honest. Luque did pretty good. Like he was doing pretty good. His striking was good, but like Kevin Holland was just that much faster. He was able to keep his range. He landed a nasty elbow in the first in the clinch, really nasty elbow, which Luque, he ate it pretty well, but he had a pretty big knot on his forehead. So Kevin Holland's good, man. Kevin Holland is good. I did pick Kevin Holland to win, even though it's one of those where I'm like, I don't want him to win. I don't even think it's a good pick, but I'm going to pick Kevin Holland to win, and he did exactly that. So he won. He subbed Luque. I thought he was going to finish him on the feet, to be honest. I didn't think he was going to sub him. Very impressive. He subbed Luque with his own sub, basically. He subbed him with his own move. It's like John Cena hitting the RKO on Randy Orton. It's like he used his own move against him. Very good from Kevin Holland. He wants to face Colby Covington next. I like the idea of that. Not much to say. Again, did good on the feet. But it was a fun fight while it lasted. Luque was still in there, but at this point, I feel very bad for Vicente Luque. I'm not sure what you do with him next either. I think he kind of should. I think he should have retired after the brain thing, to be honest with you. I really think he should have just retired and just try to become a fucking a teacher or something in Brazil. I don't know, man. It sucks. Mario Batista. Oh, my God. Mario Batista versus Patchy Mix. I don't know. I think I'm going to do a whole separate video on just these Bellator guys because Patchy Mix, bro. Patchy Mix. The hype that this guy had before the UFC, before there was even rumors of him coming in, before he even signed. Oh, Patchy Mix is one of the top 5 bantamweights in the world. No one's talking about Patchy Mix. Patchy Mix is the unsung freaking hero of It's like Patchy Mix is like this god outside the UFC, right? Everyone pretended like Patchy Mix is some machine that just no one's talking about Patchy Mix. The one bantamweight that no one in the world is talking about. And we thought he was good. He beat names like Raytheon Stocks, fucking, what's that guy's name? Nurmagomedov or whatever. What's his name? Magomedov, I think. I don't know. Some Dagestani he beat that's pretty good. He beat decent names. Sergio Pettis, I believe. And we thought, he's good. And I thought his grappling would be a factor. I thought he'd be able to sub Mario Batista and use his grappling a lot, use his clinch work a lot, pressure well. And he goes out there and looks absolutely bone dry. He looks so bad. It's probably going to go down as one of the worst debuts in the history of the UFC. Dare I say the worst debut in the history of the UFC. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating, but when you look at even Patricio Pitbull did better because at least he had an armbar attempt and a leg lock attempt in the third. At least he did kind of better. I think he landed a couple of decent shots on Yair, maybe a couple, a hook or something. Right? A couple dozen maybe. Patchy Mix looked horrendous. Flat-footed. Only really he barely even threw his low kicks. He really didn't even throw shit, to be honest with you. He didn't move his head. He was flat-footed. He didn't move his head. It was just this guy was a champion outside the UFC. This guy only has 2 losses on his record. This guy is he couldn't beat Mario Batista, bro. Cut him from the sport. If I'm Dana, I'm cutting him now. Because if he can't beat Mario Batista, this wasn't a masterclass from Mario Batista, this fucking terrorist Mario Batista. This wasn't a masterclass from him. This was just a basic he don't get me wrong, it was a good performance, but I'm saying it wasn't he was it was like the Joshua Van performance. He was just throwing body shots and just basic shit. He was just beating him just by moving on the outside and throwing decent shots. It wasn't even some insane performance where he's slipping and ripping. And he still beat Patchy Mix. And he's Mario Batista. This old 90-year-old faced fuck. He looks like a child and an old man at the same time, and he beat Patchy Mix. Patchy Mix, how are you going to lose in front of Tatiana Suarez, bro? How? This is such a bad look. It's a horrible look, bro. It's a horrible fucking look. Patchy Mix got his ass beat. Mario Batista, it's just... Again, he didn't even do nothing crazy, but he won. I picked Patchy Mix. You guys know this. Everyone picked Patchy Mix. Except, like, I don't know. I think Lucas Tracy fucking picked Mario Batista. How? Like, good on him, man. Because it's just like, I thought this was a lock, man. I thought this was one of the locks of the whole card. And he just... These Bellator, PFL, whatever the fuck you want to... 1FC guys are shit, man. Some have success. Kayla Harrison, look, she's a champion now, right? MVP has been on a bit of a decent streak. Like, he's lost one, won one kind of thing. But he's good. Like, MVP's good. Like, beating Sharon Magomedov, having that close fight with Ian Gary, that fight has aged pretty well, to be fair. Beating Kevin Holland, that fight has aged well. So it's kind of, MVP's had success. I would count him as a successful import from an outside promotion. Patricio Pitbull, though, flop. Chandler, fun fights, but bit of a flop. A lot of these guys are just flopping. They're coming in and they're just flopping. It's like, how really shit are these guys outside the UFC, really? Rainer de Ritter, hey, I mean, he's doing fucking amazing, though. So, it might just be a case-by-case basis. Like, I don't think it's as clear-cut as just everyone who comes in from these outside promotions is dog shit. I don't think it's that. I think it's more so just he fought like he was just nervous, like oh my god, I'm in a UFC octagon right now. Oh my god, oh Dana's right there. Oh Trump is right there. Oh my god, I'm scared. Like, I don't know how to explain it. He just fought so bone dry, so flat-footed. It was embarrassing, bro. It was one of the most horrendous performances I've ever seen. Just awful. Honestly, an awful performance. A truly awful performance from Patchy Mix. But Mario Batista looked good. Maybe we underrated Mario Batista and overrated Patchy Mix. I think that's kind of the case here. So I was on a phenomenal streak of picks, and then you know what's so funny? Before the fight, I made a joke. I'm like, dude, imagine if I get every pick right except Mario Batista. Imagine Mario Batista fucks up my parlay, even though I don't have not like a legit parlay where I have money on, but like my card, my picks, basically. Imagine Mario Batista fucks up my picks. That's exactly what he did. So, yeah. Joe Pyfer versus Kelvin Gastelum. I like this fight. I thought it was a bit fun, mainly the first round or two. But I didn't like it for Pyfer, man. I think it's a little bit... I picked Joe Pyfer, by the way, obviously, but it wasn't a good sign from Pyfer, right? Like, because he almost got the finish in the first, right? And I thought he was going to get it. But Gastelum stood in there. Gastelum is awful. Like, can I just say, he's not even like really that bad skill-wise. It's just, he just looks so fucking... his physique, bro... He's like a fat, like slightly taller Henry Cejudo, but it's just weird. Like, I don't know how to explain Kelvin Gastelum. He's just an odd guy to look. Look at the picture. Look at the little picture of him right here. Little head, like just weird physique, man. But Joe Pyfer fucked him up in the first round. Arguably a 10-8, right? Most definitely probably a 10-8. Definitely a 10-8. And the second round he wins, but the second round he's really trying to go for the finish. But he also slowed down a little bit as well in the second round. But he's still like... Look, my problem with Joe Pyfer, you saw in this fight more than any of his other fights, I think. He's too reliant on that one punch. He's like JDM with no combinations. Two. Okay, pull my hand back. Two to the body. Big left hook. Big two. Just no combinations. Where's the 2-3-2? Where's the uppercut hook, right hook? Where's the body shot uppercut? Where's the combos? Where is the combinations? It's like this guy was blessed with godlike power, but no fucking technique. And you see it with guys with power all the time. You see it in boxing with guys like Deontay Wilder. You see it with guys like Ryan Garcia. You see it with guys where it's like these guys were blessed with like unhuman-like power, but they just never think to learn techniques. So you get all this great power, but they don't want to like learn how to actually put the technique behind it. I don't know if it's his coach's fault. I think he's coached by Dean Thomas, so that explains it, right? Dean fucking Thomas. Now, Dean Thomas is a good coach, I guess, but I think he's just a retard because he said BJ Penn is the lightweight goat over Islam Makhachev. What a fucking tard. Anyways, Joe Pyfer, just singular shots, no combinations, too reliant on his power. He's not going to make the top 10. He might win his next fight, and that's it. He's going to get fraud checked. Honestly, this fight was kind of a fraud check because in the third round, again, over swinging, he was getting pieced up by Kelvin Gastelum. He lost the third round to Kelvin Gastelum. And I truly believe this, and this might be a crazy take. If it was a 5-round fight, Kelvin Gastelum beats Joe Pyfer 1,000%. He was building momentum in that third round. He didn't look that tired. If rounds 4 and 5 had happened, he would have beat Joe Pyfer. He has decent cardio. I truly believe he would have beat Joe Pyfer in a 5-rounder. I really think that. Pyfer was slowing down so much. He was getting tagged. And Pyfer, he feels like one of these guys that doesn't want to be hit. Like a Bo Nickel type guy. Now, I don't know what Pyfer did before the UFC. If I had to guess, it was probably like football or something athletic, right? He looks like a former like linebacker, I don't know, a right tackle or a left tackle or a right guard, whatever the case may be. But he seems like he did some sort of non-combat sport related athletic. He might have done boxing or something, and I could be completely retarded and wrong on this take. I just feel like when he gets hit, he just doesn't like it. He just kind of doesn't like it. He kind of falls back in his shots. And then, again, maybe that's why he doesn't throw long combinations. Is because he doesn't want to get cracked. It's so funny when people, they'll say like Ilia Topuria. I've seen this take. Ilia Topuria's face is always battered after his fights. Or even JDM. JDM always has like a cut. If JDM is not getting a KO, he's got like a black eye, a cut under his eye. Yeah, it's because these guys are not scared of getting hit. They have chins, and they throw long combinations. When you throw singular shots like Joe Pyfer, of course you're going to have a clean face after the fight. But when you throw long combinations like guys like JDM and Ilia Topuria and Joshua Van, who's another good example, and Peter Yan, guys who, sometimes after their fights, they do look like they've been beat up a little bit. It's because they fucking go for it and throw combinations. When you don't throw combinations like Salty Man Joe Pyfer here, you get performances like this. So it's funny because I've kind of become a fan of Joe Pyfer. I think he's pretty funny. The Salt is become pretty funny. But this was not the performance you want, man. Especially if you're going to crack that top 15. It's just not a good look. So middleweight is one of those divisions where it's a bit easier for him, but I can't even see him beating like a Gregory Rodriguez, to be honest with you. Maybe he does. Maybe. But it's like if Rodriguez just pressures him, Joe Pyfer might just crumble a little bit. I don't know, man. I don't like this from Joe Pyfer. Shara probably beats him. Shara's a little bit hittable, though. Who knows? It's just he's blessed with this insane power, but Joe Pyfer, learn how to throw long combinations, or any combination for that matter. Not just singular jabs and singular shots and singular twos. Long combinations, please. But overall, it was a fun fight, but yeah, I did pick Joe Pyfer, but surprisingly, it went to a decision. So, co-main events. Woo! I picked Kayla Harrison. There was actually surprisingly a lot of people that picked Juliana Pena. It's not that bad of a pick. It's really not that bad of a pick. And I thought this fight was going to be more drawn out, more long. I thought it was going to be a bit boring. I thought Kayla Harrison was going to kind of make it just a boring sort of grapple fest, but I thought it could have been fun as well. But when those first sort of 2 rounds happened, I was like, ooh, like, oh, this is not looking good. This could end up being pretty slow. But no, honestly, in the second round at the end, she got the Kimura. There's not much else to say. Juliana Pena is shit. She got a point taken away for up kicks. I don't really know. She didn't look good on the feet. Kayla Harrison didn't really look great on the feet either, but she wasn't getting cracked. She really wasn't getting like cracked or anything. And she had the clinch. She worked the clinch a couple of times. She got the takedowns when she wanted it. I thought she was gonna rag Pena a little bit easier, but yeah, she got the takedowns. Not much else to say. I thought Pena would put up more of a fight, but it is what it is. Kayla Harrison got it done. She got the sub to Kimura. It looked pretty nasty. When you watch the replay, she really cranks on it. She really cranks Pena's arm back. It looked really, really nasty. Kayla Harrison, it seems like they're going to do her versus Nunes next. I'm up for it. I think it's going to be a good fight. I think it's very winnable for Kayla Harrison, but we can talk about that more in the fights to make after video, because I do kind of want to break that fight down, because I'm really, believe it or not, I'm actually excited for that fight if and when it happens. So, well, it's going to happen, not if, but when it happens. I'm really excited for that fight. I can't believe I'm saying that about a women's fight. I know I know, what's her name? See, I don't even know her name. Nunes. I know Nunes is shit. I know, guys. I know she's not the most exciting. I know she's not shit, but it's just like her competition was so shit that it's just kind of like, when people are like, dude, Nunes is like one of the GOATs, it's like, she's not, though. Look at her comp. I do think Kayla Harrison has a good chance of beating her. I'm excited for that fight. And again, Pena didn't really look good. Lost a point. Got outclassed on the feet. Outclassed on the feet's a bit. It was shit. Okay, Pena just looked shit, is what I'm trying to say. Didn't look good on the feet. Didn't look good on the ground. Got subbed. That's it. And her corner, they said, oh, yeah, you're doing a good job or whatever. That's what they said in her corner, but it is what it is. WMMA, boys. Her corner was terrible. That advice from her corner saying, oh, you did good in the first. No, she did not. She lost a point. She lost a point and then got held down. But I guess she's probably one of those fighters where if you say, hey, that first round was terrible, she might get instantly demoralized because, she's a woman. I'm kidding. Merab Dvalishvili versus Sean O'Malley. So, this was the second pick I got wrong. My dumbass picked Sean O'Malley to win. Yeah, this is one of those where it's just like, I knew Merab was fucking good. I knew Merab was good. I just thought O'Malley was going to win a decision. I never said, for you guys that are going to clown on me, I never said O'Malley was going to KO him. I never said he was going to TKO him. I never said he was going to get a finish. I always said O'Malley was going to win a close decision. That was always my take on this fight. Even though I clickbaited my stream and I titled it like, Sean O'Malley will get a first round KO. It's clickbait, okay? But seriously though, I always said O'Malley was going to win a very close decision. It didn't even get to that point because we'll break it down. Round one, Sean O'Malley. You know what? Before the fight, I want to say this. He didn't come out to Superstar. That's when I knew something was wrong. He came out to some shitty America song, I guess because Trump is there, and then he lost. So it tells you what you need to know. You always come out to Superstar. It guarantees you the win. But seriously, though, Merab O'Malley, first round. Sean O'Malley looked good in the first round. He looked better in the first round of this fight than he did in the first fight against Merab. Way better. A little bit faster, more pressure, threw to the body a lot more. But it's Merab. Like, you can't hurt this guy at all physically. You just can't. There's nothing you can do to hurt Merab. You can't. You can't hurt him with strikes. You can't hurt him to the body. You can't stuff his takedowns because even if you do, he's just going to go for it again. And now he can strike. So the first round was good for O'Malley. I thought O'Malley won the first. Actually, I take that back because I think at the end of the first round, isn't that the round where Merab got the grappling? So, yeah, Merab grappled at the end. I take that back. I think Merab probably won that round, but it was close. Second round, Merab dominates with the grappling. And not just that. Merab fucking outstruck Sean O'Malley. He outstruck him. He outstruck him on the feet. He was piecing up O'Malley a little bit. What the fuck? Like, I know some people said he was going to win by a sub. Some people said no one said he was going to outstrike O'Malley. And if you did, then fine, you're a genius. But I didn't think he was. He outstruck him in the second round. This guy's a good striker now, too. He's been hanging around the GOAT, Ilia Topuria. It's over. Merab Dvalishvili with Ilia Topuria striking, it's over. He's going to be the greatest of all time. Seriously, though, he looked really good on the feet, man. He was pressuring really well. Or I say like pressuring. He was pressuring really well. Really well. He was pressuring really well, excuse me. He was taking O'Malley shots, just like John Jones takes back shots from Dana. He was taking O'Malley shots. He was pressuring well, landing clean, and then mixing in the grappling. And then the third round, he just, again, dominates with the grappling, gets a sub. Out of nowhere. I was like, oh yeah, O'Malley's going to get out of this. Literally just gets the fucking Darce choke, gets the sub. Sean O'Malley gets subbed by Merab Dvalishvili and outstruck by him in the same fight. Awful, man. It's just like, I picked O'Malley to win. I was wrong. You know, it's funny. No one's going to talk about the fact that I almost clean sweep this card. But you know, they're going to say, oh, but you picked O'Malley to win, so let's shit on you for that. But nonetheless, I picked Sean O'Malley to win. I was wrong. I love Merab, by the way. I'm probably more of a Merab fan than an O'Malley fan. That's the funny part. I'm not even like some like delusional Sean O'Malley fan who's just like, yeah, O'Malley, buy whatever you want, bro. Fuck no. I like Merab more. He has a personality. You know, he hangs with Ilya. Ilya's my favorite fighter, so I'm going to glaze whoever hangs with Ilya. I love Merab. I do like O'Malley's fighting style more, but if Merab is going to start fighting the way he fought in this fight, which he did in the Umar fight, to be fair, so I think this new version of Merab is going to go down as the GOAT, and he's going to go down as probably the most entertaining fighter in the UFC if he keeps fighting like this. Outstriking on the feet and getting submissions and that constant pressure for 5 rounds, he's unbeatable. He's unbeatable, bro. Granite chin, he's unbeatable. No one will ever beat Merab. I'm stamping this now. So he beat Sean O'Malley. O'Malley was crying. Tim Welch was crying. There's nothing they can do. I honestly think look, he's 30 years old, so it's not like a Leon Edwards thing, or it's not like a Pereira thing. Like, he shouldn't retire or anything like that. It's not an Israel Adesanya thing. Like, he should not retire. But I don't know what he should do. I just don't know what he should do. Honestly, I don't know what he should do. Should he just... And it's sad because I feel like all these guys that the UFC are trying to like make stars so badly always lose. Israel Adesanya lost. O'Malley lost. Makhachev is going to lose. No, but seriously, though, it's always the guys like JDM they don't really care for. Volk, those guys always become champs. Just out of nowhere, they just become champs. Pereira, they weren't really trying to make a star that much, to be honest with you. They definitely wanted Izzy to be Pereira. For sure. The first time. But nonetheless, O'Malley, he shouldn't even have gotten this fight to begin with. He got it, and this performance showed why he shouldn't have got it, because he lost. So, Merab is the GOAT. He's already higher on the GOAT list than Khabib. I don't care. I said it. Fuck Khabib. Nothing else to say. I picked O'Malley. I'm a dumbass. I'm never, ever picking against Merab ever again. I promise. And I'm probably not going to pick O'Malley for whoever his next fight is going to be. If it's Umar, if it's Peter Yan, I'm picking them to beat him. So, I don't like this, man. Again, it's not even... O'Malley looked good in the first... But it's just he did slow down a little bit. He didn't throw as much. It's just, I don't know, man. O'Malley's just... Is it just a lack of confidence? I don't know. But I just didn't think he was going to be this dominant. I mean, I didn't even think he was going to win. I don't even think he was going to lose, O'Malley, that is. So the fact that he lost, and he lost this dominantly, is just wow. Wow. So shout out to Merab, man. Insane performance, but that's all I got for you guys. Make sure you guys like and sub. What are your guys' predictions? What are your thoughts on my predictions? Again, I went 11-2, so that's pretty decent. I think the card was pretty great. Overall, it was pretty great, to be honest with you, when you really break it down. It was a very wild card. Make sure you guys like and sub. Become a member in the description. Follow my Instagram and Twitter at BXGMMA. See you guys next time. Love you guys so much, so much. I appreciate all the support that we've been getting. And I love you guys to death. See you guys. God bless you guys. Peace.